Hello, people. How are you? Mulibwanji. Yeah. Today there's a hot topic in the media space on the recruitment, police recruitment, what? And I want people to understand things first that Bali cares, Bali loves, and Bali delivers. So, one thing that needs to be understood is that what has happened is wrong. Okay? What has happened is wrong. And there's some people who have made some mistakes somewhere, but we should not push those mistakes on Bali, for example. Okay? Because, for me, I'm of the view that why publicize the names of people who have been recruited when you did not advertise for that recruitment? Even if you are replacing people, sometimes it's common sense. You could have done a dummy advert. Mwapunga kufia abantu fe story yakwafati, there's a dummy advert, there's an advert, people apply, but nanguna mwishi bati mulesala aba, nanga bashani. You know in your hearts who you are going to recruit. Unlike people just come to hear of, there was a recruitment. What's happening is, what that does is that you destroy the credibility of recruitment. You destroy the credibility of recruitment. You destroy the things that, the president is working very hard. The president is working very hard. The president is working to make sure that this country does not go back to the days when such things were happening, where people are recruited in dark corners and all those things. And for me, I feel that at this moment, Bali there should be firings. Mr. President, we would love to see a lot of firings. We need to see people fired, because then they are selling a wrong narrative. The police, the announcement, they should have not come out to even talk about it. They should have not even spoken about anything to do with a list tomorrow, because now people will not understand. Even the health workers recruitments, people will not understand, because now you destroy the credibility of the nurses who are going to be recruited. Because now people will be saying, hey, who is getting these recruitments? How do people get these recruitments? So, one thing that people need to understand is that the president loves the Zambian people. The president loves the Zambian people. He means well for the Zambian people. And you people who are working, when you have been appointed by the president, when you are serving in this country and you're serving in government, you must understand the vision of your leader. You need to understand the vision of your leader. I want to just appeal to the Zambian people to say, probably whatever goes on in some of the president is not aware. You cannot come and say, hey, no, he knows what. No. We cannot attribute that error or that mistake to the president. No, we can't. We cannot attribute that error to the president. I want people who've been saying, hey, but the president. No, but the Bali that I know, that advert will be redone. I know that it will be redone. And as Zambians, we must focus on the bigger picture of our country. something like this should not derail us or should not demoralize us. There is a hope in this country that with the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema, there is hope that such anomalies or such things that are going on will be worked on, will be fixed. But honestly speaking, what happened today, we must all condemn that it was wrong. It was wrong. It was very wrong. There is no way you can recruit people without an advert. People did not see the advert. You can't also come and say that, no, in the database. Of course, you can have people in the database. Then why did you advertise if you had people in the database? We are just talking about common sense here and common knowledge to say there is no way, even if you knew you had people in the database, you could have advertised. You did not need to start explaining to the people. And the mistake that is made is that the more you explain, the more you annoy people. The more you explain, the more you annoy people. The best thing to do is to say, we are sorry that this thing happened like this, and what needs to happen now is that, okay, we are going to re-advertise. But the question and the challenge that's going to be there is how to clean that image from the public. Because you see, it's very easy to destroy a name of an institution to the public, or even a process to the public. Because how will now our people believe and trust the process of recruitments? There are some recruitments that could happen, maybe some recruitments that don't need to be known and whatever, but you could use intelligence, you put up a dummy advert out there. Okay, could you advert? So people apply, even if you know that you have some people you're doing. But I don't know how this is going to augur well with our people. But truth be told is that even, for example, our people, in the party, if you recruit secretly, some of our people, for example, maybe did not know. Some people did not know, and whatever. People are in the dark. So, this is why I am saying, please, fellow Zambians, some things happen in these institutions and the president is not even aware. The president has no knowledge and is not aware, and will probably be shocked as we would be shocked as well. So please, I want us to focus on the bigger picture. And this picture is the picture on which the trajectory on which Zambia is. Zambia is on the trajectory of success. The president has pronounced some of the most important policies and progressive policies. The free education policy, the feeding program, the school feeding programs. These are things we should focus on. And these things like this should not derail us from the bigger picture. They should not derail us from the bigger picture. Because one, of course, in whatever process we are going to face turbulences. We are going to face turbulences. Okay? We are going to face turbulences. And we should know that not everyone loves Bali, and not everyone loves the fact that the president is changing things in this country. There could be people within the systems who are not happy with the fact that the president is pronouncing some of the progressive policies in this country. And we need to look at it from that angle to say there could be some elements in government, in these institutions, who could be fighting the agenda of success. The agenda of taking Zambia forward. And I ask all of you to rally behind President Hakainde Hichilema. let us rally behind President Hakainde Hichilema, because one, this issue that has happened should not remove us from the bigger picture that is there. Of course, I share the disappointments with all of you. I share the disappointment with you because one, 4,000 people is too much of a secret to be kept away from the people. Is too much. Because now I also feel like we should now relax. Even the list for health workers should be because it was supposed to be announced, I think, on Friday. Now they are saying that it will be announced on Monday. Maybe these issues of recruitment should be held for a bit. Maybe they should be held for a bit, so that some of these anomalies are looked at. But again, like I said, we should not allow the devil to derail us from the progressive things that are going on in this country. Regardless of the fact of that the fuel prices, because of the global markets, the fuel prices have gone up, our economy is doing well. Our economy is doing well. The inflation rate reduced to single digits. That is progressive. The cost of living is going down. I used to buy dog food at 47 kwacha, those who remember. Now dog food is at 25 kwacha, gone back to 27, 25 kwacha. Mealie meal prices will be going down. Things are going down because the inflation rate is managed. The cost of business will be good. So we have to look at all those progressive things that the president is doing, and we should not be derailed. I know the opposition will want to focus on this topic, but I want to encourage Zambians to say, yes, even us in UPND, we are not happy with what has happened. Okay? Not everyone is happy with what has happened, but we must look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is the trajectory on which this country is. The trajectory of going forward. Free education, the progressive policies of the feeding programs in the schools, the infrastructure development. We have seen that the Ndola Lusaka Dual Carriageway, if you never wanted to buy a plot in 18 miles, now look at it. The plots in 18 miles will be expensive because the road network there is going. So when they start infrastructure like Lusaka Dual Carriageway, Ndola Lusaka Dual Carriageway, they are taking, development is being taken where? To those places along this road. So there will be developments on these sides. So we need to look at all those positive things that are happening in the country and not dwell on one thing. And I know that our president loves everyone. So with whatever has happened, I can guarantee you that Bali is working towards it. And whatever happened with the issue of the recruitment, Bali will fix it. Because Bali loves you, Bali cares for you, therefore Bali will deliver for you as he promised. So I can guarantee you that Bali is working towards some of these discrepancies. I think a number of times you people have heard even the president say there is a lot of rigidities, there is a lot of bureaucracies and whatever it is in government and stuff like that. And you need to understand that it's a phase that New Dawn administration is dealing with. So we have some people, some elements of people who may not be with us, but it's, we need to understand that these things, when you just change the government in 2021, and there's teething problems, there's issues of the teething and stuff like that. So do not worry. Do not worry. I know that our Bali shall make sure that this issue is sorted out, and I know that probably maybe by tomorrow or any day we shall hear to say maybe this recruitment thing will be redone. But I want to encourage the people of Zambia to say, do not be derailed. Let us stay focused on the President of the Republic of Zambia. And also, I've seen people calling, oh, no, the IG must be fired, the IG must be fired. I think that probably maybe even the IG did not know. Sometimes mistakes happen. Challenges happen. There's a lot of things that happen. So also at the police there and stuff like that, we know that this thing has happened and stuff like that, but we also want to understand some of the mistakes. We have to be careful when you make mistakes, because these mistakes, they've got a serious repercussion on the public. Maybe some people did not even know. Maybe someone was given a job to do, to say, run an advert, and they forgot to do the advert. Can you blame that on the IG? No, we probably cannot blame that on the IG. People delegate, Those are senior people. The IG, the deputy IGs, what they could have instructed people to say, oh, run these adverts or do this and stuff like that. But someone somewhere did not do what? Did not do their job. And that person, because they did not do their job, they have put the institution, in a very, 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 very difficult predicament. But for me, I want to ask all of you to say, Bali is gonna fix it. Okay? Bali is going to fix it. And I know to say this issue, I can guarantee you that this issue will be redone. And I know to say the new Dawn government is bent on doing the correct thing when it comes to recruitment. And I can guarantee you to say, please, do not despair. The recruitments will probably be redone. And once the recruitments are redone, please do not falter. Apply. You should apply. You should apply, because you can see that the principle is very good. The principle of creating more jobs. So meaning that 4,000 more jobs are going to happen. But probably because we should look at the bigger picture to say the new Dawn administration was planning on recruiting how many people? 4,000 people in the police service. So now with this discrepancy, of course, there's this challenge. We need to not look at the thing. It's not something that cannot be sorted. It's something that will be sorted out. And it's something that government is going to sort out. It's something that I know the president and other senior government officials are working on this matter, and it shall be resolved. The thing is, we should not panic as people, and we should not feel bad to say, oh, okay, what has happened? What? Please, let us remain calm. May God bless you and enjoy the day, because enjoy the night. And remember, Bali loves you, Bali cares, and Bali will deliver. Do not go with these slogans. People are saying, hey, you shout Sotsa and others again. No, we totally understand, that the opposition will come out hard on us because of this. And for me, as Chellah Tukuta, I acknowledge to say that was wrong. That was wrong, because then it now defeats the purpose of people knowing to say, these recruitments. You will now destroy the process of recruitments, because people will be saying, hey, recruitments are done in bedrooms or what. People will say anything, and let us allow people to say whatever they want to say, because they are angry, they are upset, they are not happy. And one thing we need to remember is that you cannot employ without an advert. You cannot employ without an advert. The government of the Republic of Zambia is government for the people, by the people. So the people need to know. The people who are the government, they need to know. It's their taxpayers' money. Because those 4,000 people will be paid using the taxpayers' money. So I want to encourage you that if you felt disappointed, please do not be disappointed. Do not despair. Remember and know that Bali loves you. Bali loves you. Bali cares. May God bless you and have a good night.